What is going on, guys? Welcome back to TVandME and my reaction stroke review for season 1 episode 7 of Westworld. And have I been looking forward to this one? Westworld is seriously, like, the more I think about it, the more it's becoming one of my favourite TV shows at the moment. It's got some catching up to do if it's ever to overtake Game of Thrones, but it's climbing very slowly. So let's jump straight into the recap. It's going to be a very short one, to be honest, because not a lot happened really last episode. From the top of my head, I remember Maeve was the main focus of the story in this one. She managed to wake herself up in the Institute again and managed to get Felix working for her and his friend, who is working with them at the minute, but I have a feeling that Felix's partner at work, he's going to, like, tell Ford about what's going on with Maeve, and there's going to be some repercussions there. But yeah, at the moment, Maeve has managed to talk herself into getting a big upgrade in the sense that she is now super intelligent, and she also feels less pain, which I'm guessing will tie into the fact that every time she dies, it won't hurt her as much now when she goes back to the Institute to maybe work on getting out of Westworld. So yeah. Also in last episode, we had some more information about the bug that was placed in that older model of host. We learned that the older hosts are having a signal transmitted to them, which came in the form of Arnold's voice, and that's why these hosts were hearing Arnold's voice. These were the older models in the park. And god damn it, why can I never remember these names? The tech lady, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she went after the signal, traced it down to an old Lycan building. She found it, and then somebody came out of the shadows and grabbed her. We don't know who that is at the moment. I've been trying to think who it could be, and like every one of the main characters is really in a separate place at the moment, so I can't really think it would be one of them. I think it may be a new character, or the only other person I can think of is Lawrence. Now, I know we saw him on the train with Dolores, but like I said, with the two time frame theory, that was 30 years ago, so I think present day Lawrence might be back, and that might be Lawrence that has grabbed her for some reason. That's the only character in the show I think that is unaccounted for at the moment, so it could be him, it might not, we'll have to wait and see. We also learned a tiny bit more information about Teddy. He was with the Man in Black, and they got caught by some Union soldiers, and we learned that Teddy was in fact with the big bad, which is turning out to be Wyatt. He was with Wyatt when they shot up that town and killed all the local people and killed all their fellow soldiers. We don't know what that's all about at the moment, or if they did tell us, then it's gone completely over my head, like a lot of things in this show. But yeah, we learned that Teddy isn't all good, he isn't Mr. Goody Two Shoes, and there might be a dark past coming with him, and he may even turn, like, his character could turn from this innocent good guy into someone more mean-spirited. But I guess we'll have to wait and see, and yeah, see how that goes. As for everything else, off the top of my head, that's all I can think of, but like usual, I've probably forgotten stuff, but it will come flying back to me once I start watching the show. But yeah, let's just get into it, let's enjoy the show, because I know you guys are enjoying it as much as me, judging from the comments and like the speculation and just the conversations going on below my videos. So yeah, like usual, I appreciate that stuff, and I read it all the time, and it gets me thinking more about the show, so thank you for that, and let's just get into Season 1, Episode 7.
Listen.
Charlie? Charlie?
That must be dreadful as a parent.
Now then, I see you had a blacklisted exchange with a guest in the course of your narrative. Can you tell me what happened?
He said he wanted to cut off a piece of me to take home in his carry-on. That he wanted to mount it on the hood of his car for his friends to see. I told him if he wanted a trophy, I could cut a piece of him off and let him fish for them in the old Vita.
And did this exchange make you question anything about your world?
No. This world is as doomed as ever.
Anything about these images that jumps out to you?
They don't look like anything to me.
Have you seen Elsie? She was supposed to give me a hand on something.
No, according to the system, she started
Elsie.
today. Is there something I could help you with?
Got to try and remember that
No,
name.
thanks.
So if theories are correct, this is a memory.
My friend wanted... I guess he wanted to see what was at the end of all of this.
And yet, here you are. Your friend didn't make it this far. Maybe you got more an appetite for this than you think. Those are the folks that came calling without an invitation.
You mean exactly what we're doing right now?
Train's you on the way through. On foot, we'll be dead in under an hour. As soon as we clear their territory, we can stop. You can come with me.
Lovely.
The user you are trying to access cannot be located. Say message to transcribe a message.
I really like the technology they have in this show as well. All the aesthetic of it. It looks really cool.
You left rather abruptly last night. Was there something you wanted to tell me?
Oh yeah, we learned that she
No, I don't think so.
had something to do with the signal apparently, didn't we? Forgot about that. Was that English guy? The douchebag. Yep. Oh no. Oh.
I'm sorry, I thought you requested a meeting. My mistake.
I did. Come in.
She's with the host.
If this isn't a good time,
This won't take long.
I thought they weren't supposed to procreate with the hosts, the people working there. Maybe because
Teresa.
she's from head office, she gets to.
Let me remind you of something. This place, the people who work here, are nothing. Our interest in this place is entirely in the intellectual property. The code.
the host's minds, the storylines.
I don't give a rat's ass about the host. It's our little research project that Delos cares about. That's where the real value is. You don't fire someone who created an empire. You ask him to retire politely, and if that person has the ability to snap his fingers and erase the value of that empire, you have to make sure you have a contingency. So you and I need to ensure that by the time the rest of the board arrives, we're on course for that transition. Okay?
We need to demonstrate just how dangerous Ford's creations can be.
No. No, nothing so obvious. We need someone thoroughly unexpected.
So they're trying to make Ford look bad. They're going to try and get one of the hosts to kill someone. Is that... Huh, it cut to Maeve straight after. Is that what they're doing with Maeve? So is the so-called board the one sending out the signal in order to get Maeve or the other hosts to do something crazy so it gets brought into disrepute? At this point I'm guessing like she's just fully aware. I guess she's just like fully aware of what's going on now all the time.
I told you, never open your mouth that wide unless someone's paying you for it.
Sorry, Maeve. I didn't sleep much last night.
You ever thought about whether this is really the life you want?
I don't intend to make this my life's work. No offense. My family's got a farm. Bad soil, nothing grows. I send money back to them. They think I work in a dress shop.
She knows it's all just to create a storyline. Oh shit, they're all frozen. Maeve, freeze. Someone's gonna find her out. Oh shit.
Which one is it? It's the one at the bar. Go. Quick, before the guests
It won't, it'll be
upstairs
the other
finish
girl,
up.
it won't be her.
Whatever she did, it must have been serious if they're making us grab her in broad daylight.
Yep.
We got her. Let's go.
Because she went off story probably, because Maeve asked those questions. Is that Felix? He looked back at her. So Felix must have taken that line of code out of her, which makes her go, well, makes her sleep or freeze or whatever it is.
And I get a glimpse for a second of a life in which I don't have to pretend. A life in which I can be truly alive. How can I go back to pretending when I know what this feels like?
So does she really love him, or is she just using him? Because she loves Teddy, doesn't she?
I'm sorry to report that Miss Cullen and her team uncovered some worrisome findings.
In the course of our code review, we found something quite disturbing.
Not much of a ride on you.
Okay, let's do this again.
Not much of a ride on you.
She's kicking ass. She remembered.
That's enough, sweetheart. That's enough.
They're retaining memories.
Freeze all motor functions.
It's not working.
In each case we examined, the malfunctioning hosts were not resetting properly. The retention of data that hadn't been wiped overloaded their decision-making apparatus, eventually causing a system failure that allowed for override of their primary rule set.
After all, this was your responsibility. Assuming that you have nothing to share with us in terms of your culpability.
Is he going to tell on Teresa what they found out about her?
Then you're fired.
This is what them two, Teresa and that woman, were discussing, wasn't it? About needing blood. So did they just set up that complete situation? Wasn't it as bad as that? Because that's what they were discussing in the room together. But I'm not 100% sure if that reaction was genuine from the host or whether they planted that in there.